What is up, rockers? Welcome back to another Rise of Kingdoms content here. I'm Shinchi42. Today we're going to be talking about Perfect Kingdom. If you guys haven't subscribed to my channel yet, don't forget to do so. We are a growing channel and growing community here in Rise of Kingdoms. We create regular and daily contents for Rise of Kingdoms. Alright, so as you guys know, I just recently migrated. We are now in Kingdom 1382. Now, as we have migrated here, there was a lot of thought process on migration. Why was I going to be migrating? What am I looking for? And ultimately, my happiness, right? So, is there really a perfect kingdom in Rise of Kingdoms? Because a lot of you guys are probably going out there trying to find the perfect kingdom. You're on Facebook, you're on Discord, you're scouting for the most perfect kingdom. But is there really a perfect kingdom? Honestly, without further ado to say all these things, at the end of the day, there is no such thing as a perfect kingdom. Wherever you go, there's always going to be a troublemaker, there's always going to be an issue, but you have to find a kingdom that suits you the best. It's very scary whenever you migrate because you don't know what's going to happen. Sometimes there's a saying says that it's not always greener on the other side of the lawn, I guess, or on the other side of the life or whatever. I'm not very good at this quoting stuff. But my point of view here is that sometimes you have to take risk. Sometimes you have to migrate or you have to take a chance in life to move to a different position or move to a different kingdom and to see if it's going to work out for you. Let's say you're not truly happy in your kingdom right now and you're there and you're stuck and you're just sitting there because you don't know where to go. I really recommend for you to check out other kingdoms because there are so much better kingdoms out there if you're not happy in your current kingdom. Now, I'm gonna say that since we're making this video, I don't think there's a video out there about this specific topic. I'm sure our competitors are gonna start making this topic, trying to get the algorithm of YouTube. But you know what? Go ahead. I am gladly to pioneer this topic. By the way, I want to say thanks to PETA for dumping resources to me. If you guys want to dump yours, feel free to do so. So, as I've mentioned, there's no such thing as a perfect kingdom. Let's say I tell you all these things, all these criteria that I'm looking for. You may not be looking for those kind of things as well, right? You and I can have very different mindset. So my perfect kingdom and your perfect kingdom is going to be very, very different. So, with that being said, I can share you what I think is my perfect kingdom. Why did I choose to migrate out? Why did I choose to come into 1382? Why was this my decision? I'm going to tell you my point of view, my opinion, but keep in mind that your opinion and my opinion can be very different. My likings and your likings are going to be very different as well. So for me, what is my perfect kingdom? This is a very hard question, right? Before I answer my perfect kingdom, what is your perfect kingdom? What are you looking for in the game? When we say about perfect kingdom, what comes into your mind, right? Number one is definitely a community. I want to be treated more of a player than a YouTuber. Some people would try to recruit me and saying that, you know, we can make content for you and you don't have to worry about, you know, having contents. To me, I hate that. Honestly, I just giggle and laugh when people tell me that because I don't really look for that kind of kingdom. I want to be treated more of a player than a YouTuber because I feel like that's just, you know, taking advantage of me at some point. Maybe not that exact moment, but maybe in the future I will be taken advantage of. So, to me, I want to be in a kingdom to where they're gonna like me as a player. Imagine this. What happens when I decided to quit YouTube? And I'm still playing this game. What happens then? Would they still like me? Would they still let me be in the kingdom? Right? That's very important as a YouTuber. And if there's YouTubers out there that is saying, yeah, I want, you know, definitely give me all these like war contents, yeah. I would say if you're following them, you should reconsider that. I don't like people telling me all these things. I think war will happen when we get into KVK, and there's always going to be war in other kingdoms. I can always cover those, but I hate when people are telling me we're going to make content for you, you don't have to worry about that. I've heard that many times before when people are trying to recruit me, and that's something that just ticked me off, and that's one reason why I never migrated out. And another thing is the bonding, and I felt like when I was in my old kingdom, I kind of lost the bonding with the people there. I felt like there's so many changes that are being done, and people are just like not really connecting with me anymore, and I just don't connect with them as well. Maybe it's some of them my fault. Maybe it's just over time there's some grease out there that's just unresolved, and there's always just, you know, minor things that we've experienced, right, that just didn't work out, and we just held off on that. And sometimes you can have so many patience, but at some point you want to make some decisions, make some changes, and just start fresh. So that's one of the things also, right? Definitely community and communication is very important. I'm just gonna leave it to that, and I don't really want to get into too much details into that issue because I feel like I could hurt somebody's feelings. So at the end of the day, the community backbone is definitely a very important thing to, you know, select a perfect kingdom for yourself. Honestly, for me, that's how I see it. So let me know if you actually agree on our first topic in here. The second thing is kingdom rules. I've been recruited with other kingdoms, right? They've told me that, hey, this is our kingdom rules. We have a specific farming rules where you can only farm within the alliance and you can't farm, you know, outside the alliances. To me, I don't like that. When I was in K41, we tried that. There's so much issue. Somebody's gonna mess up, and then what happens when they mess up? They're gonna get reprimanded. They're gonna get attacked, and they're gonna get you know, fights, and civil war can break from that. Me, I prefer a kingdom where they can farm anywhere and however they want it to be. So that's my opinion, and that's my liking, and that's a perfect kingdom for me. Another thing is controlling events. So controlling Mighty as governor is definitely a no-no for me. So another thing that I hate is controlled MGE. And you might say, oh yeah, because you're a content creator, you want people to spend money into the game. Honestly, no. I don't make money when you guys spend money into the game. So keep that in mind, okay? I don't make commissions when you guys spend money into the game. Why would I care about that? My care is that in rig MGE, there's favoritism. Like for me, I could definitely take advantage of it, right? I could say, hey, I want to be able to be in on all this. I want to get all the commanders. There's favoritism. I can take advantage of it easily. And one of my concerns is that I could see that there's going to be same exact people. If you pay attention in your kingdom that are doing, you know, rig MGE, I'm sure there are certain individuals there that are popping out there in the top 10 list all the time, maybe in the top 3. And that could be an issue, right? Because now they're limited into spending their resources and speed ups. And one of the big things there is it's gonna kill the free to play in that kingdom as well. They cannot compete in the minor events such as like Lord of War or Power Up event. Now what's gonna happen is that those people that are rigging the MGE, they can also compete on other events because they're, you know, consuming less resources and speed ups on those events, on the MGE events, and now they can allocate some of them to win more events, and that's going to kill some of your player base, your free-to-play player, in my opinion, that are gonna try to compete and have hope to win more legendary commander sculptures. So that's my take on that. I'm sure it's gonna be a controversial. You can have your own opinion, of course, and I have my own opinion. That's the way I see things. You may not like it, you may disagree with me, and I'm okay with that. We're never gonna see eye to eye sometimes, but I'm sure other people would realize that that's actually a valid point of view. So that's one of the reasons why. Now keep in mind, whenever we're talking about rig MGE, this is the kingdom that rigs the MGE with training, where they select certain amount of people that can only be on the top list. And the thing is, I'm okay with capping. Right, capping kills is very important in my opinion. I would never go to a kingdom where there is no cap of kills, where everybody can just, you know, spontaneously kill everybody in the kill event, or maybe, you know, just perfectly no kill event when there is no KVK. I'm okay with that. I participated before where there is no caps on the kill event. It was just crazy. People are feeding and people are, you know, trying to make sure I don't win. That's something that I don't like. But at the end of the day, I still won, by the way. And another thing is that controlling the keeps like these. In this kingdom, the first thing that I asked them, do you guys control the keeps and the camps? They said, yeah, we do with a certain part, but not every part of the kingdom, which is great. And I love it because since I've been here, I was able to do 2 of the keeps already. And that's really fun. I was able to get the equipments that I need, the blueprints that I wanted. I don't like a kingdom that controls everything within the game. It's like putting a tourniquet in my leg, restricting my blood vessels on how I can play the game. I don't like that. That's no for me. That turns me off on a kingdom, right? And I've mentioned this before, and I've voiced out in saying all these things that I don't think is a good idea. I think there should be some freedom. I don't like to be controlled, and that's my take. Another thing that I want to talk about is leadership. I think leadership is very, very important. A kingdom needs to have a very good leaders that knows how to balance justice and fairness, right? I've seen many kingdoms out there that, you know, a lot of people complain because their kings can be tyrants or can be dictators or whatever. You know, it's just not one person. It's multiple person that are running the kingdom that are having those type of personalities. Leadership needs to learn how to value everyone's effort. I've seen this in other kingdoms where there are people that contributes and not rewarded, and a lot of people complain about it. It's very hard, honestly, for the kingdom to reward everybody, but at least cycle through, like give them something, not just like hating them because of your personal agenda or personal reason because you hate them in the beginning, yet you use them. I've seen the situation to where leaders would let certain individuals in their alliance as long as it benefits them, but then when it comes to rewarding them, at the end of the day, they never do reward them. Another thing that I want to mention is that if you're a player that, you know, farm for the alliance or farm for the kingdom and provide resources to the fighters, I believe that you should be rewarded. Not everybody wants to play the war game. Some people want to be a facilitator but still get some rewards, of course, to improve their account. I think at a certain point they should be rewarded, especially if it's going to be one of those rewards where you can just come in and go and still get them just through the achievements. So that's a key thing that I want to mention, because I think there are many kingdoms out there that are being ruled by these type of players or these type of tyrants, in my opinion. They will hate you just because they hate you. No matter what you do to improve your game, let's say you messed up, no matter what you do, once you have a bad image on them, they will always treat you the way they want to treat you because they just don't like you. That's one of the things that I hate in this game. It shows some of the real personality of a player or a person when they are in a powerful position. Keep in mind, when I talk about these certain type of players, some of them really just want to provide resources first because that's how they can really contribute at the maximum level. Some of them are free to play. They can't really rally, right? They can fight in the open field, but they can't really do much besides help and support. I think they should be valued, they should be rewarded, and help them, because if you reward them, they can grow, and when they grow, when you invest on them, they can fight for you. So one of the things that I asked before I even migrated to 1382 is I asked, how do you guys reward people? So in here, they reward people even when they are giving out resources and supporting the players. So there's also kingdoms that will say that, you know, yes, we value people here. We, you know, of course, reward those players that, you know, contribute with resources and send out resources. But at the end of the day, it's a follow through that is very important. If the kingdom cannot follow through with their words, there's something wrong with that. And I've seen this in other kingdoms where there are rules that are being bent just to align with certain people's agenda, and that really sickens me and hurts me, because I've seen people that, you know, they really pour out everything into the game. They try to help everybody by providing. Imagine this: some of the T5 players, man, they don't want to spend a whole lot of, you know, money into the resources. This is why you see donkeys moving around, right? People are sending resources. Some people may not care about getting some reward. Some people do care. Some people just want to get the reward for the achievements. You know, you don't have to give them every rewards. It's just you need to show that you value these type of people by providing certain things to them. So the key thing in here is teamwork makes the dream work, right? You don't want to be in a kingdom where they're only there to use you, right? It has to be a relationship. It has to be a mutualistic relationship. If they are using you, you should also be using them, right? There should be a give and take. If you're helping them, they should be providing you rewards as well. And a lot of kingdom, you know, forget about this. And I do hope that with us making this video, some of you guys in the leadership in here, don't forget those people that contributes in the minor things, right? Reward them with even the little rewards, giving them gifts, give them rewards in the KVK whenever you capture the holy sites. These are very minor rewards that your whales probably don't even need, right? Reward those smaller players, help them to grow. You gotta love them, because if you lose these smaller players, your kingdom is dead. You can have all the pay to wins you have, but when you lose these small players, the players that are free to play, you're gonna lose your kingdom. Find a good kingdom that fits your style. Before you migrate, get to know the players in the kingdom. You don't need to get to know everybody, because you're not gonna do that, but you can get a good sense of what people are and how people are by talking to the leadership, to the other players, right? You can get a good vibe, right? If the people that you're talking to are very cocky, it really shows to what kind of kingdom they are going to be. And if you like that, then of course migrate to that. But honestly, look into a kingdom that fits your best style. There are many kingdoms out there. There's, don't be afraid of migrating out. Don't be afraid on reaching out with other kingdoms. Of course, they're going to love that you are reaching out. And I'm sure if you don't like your current state right now, there are better kingdoms out there for you. With that being said, I've seen these things in the other kingdom also, to where like when they're done with you, like where they're done using you, you're like nothing to them, even though you have contributed so many things. But then if you just like kind of slack off a little bit, you have no value to them anymore, they are done with you. I've seen this before, and if you've seen it, consider that that kingdom is probably not the best kingdom, right? Find a kingdom that will treat you, that will treat other players good. Not just because they treat you good, it means it's a good kingdom, right? You need to look into a kingdom where they treat everybody good, not just one person. So keep that in mind. There's many kingdoms. There's so many kingdoms out there that failed, right? Because of how leadership runs them. So keep that in mind. When you're trying to look for a kingdom, when you're there, even right now, I'm gonna tell you, I'm still getting to know everybody here in 1382. So far, I like it. So far, everybody's very welcoming. So far, everybody's super nice. And we also just built a 1382 Pinoy chat in here. So we're still trying to grow that. So hopefully, we can keep growing here. And so far, what I see in this kingdom, I like it. Very friendly, very helpful. Of course, they also had their share of issue politically. So that's another issue that, I don't really care. What I care is what right now is, I came to migrate here to have a blank slate, brand new journey, and this is how my journey is gonna start again with 1382. So whatever I talked about in this video is not based on all of my experiences. It is experiences from very different amount of people that they have shared their concerns to me. And also one other thing, I guess, is that there are some players out there that has like super strong whales that don't even know how to play, and help them and coach them. If they're really stubborn and the kingdom relies on that too much, you should probably consider on migrating as well, because they're probably not good. So I've seen this, comments before to me saying that these kingdoms, they don't listen. If there's a kingdom that don't even try to listen, they don't need to, do what you say. They don't need to take your advice, but take the time to listen to players. There's so many good advices out there that people are giving out. Make sure if you're in the leadership, take the time to listen to people's concerns, because they are your heart and soul of your kingdom, right? Not because you're in the leadership, you plan things out, doesn't mean that you are the man, right? The man is the people that are working for you, the people that are fighting for you. They are the man. It's not you in a leadership position, right? Your role is very valuable, but if you lose these people on the bottom, what's the point of leading? Keep that in mind. Make sure you treat them nice. Anyway, rockers, thanks for watching this video. Good luck to you guys. Hopefully you guys find a very successful kingdom. Keep me posted in the comment section below and let me know what you guys actually think of this video. I'm sure some of them you guys disagree, but that's completely fine. Let's talk about it. See you guys.